Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It is a very exciting weekend ahead of me. You can see the flowers in the background and my very delicious cake that my father and brother gave to me as a gift. And I have my camera ready and my passport out, and I am about to go to the airport and fly for the first time in exactly 3 months. And my weekly video this week, I wanted to share first why my birthday is so important and why and what sort of it has always signified to me. And then I will be filming the second part at the airport just to share my feelings and my thoughts, how it is to be flying and to be traveling post-COVID, in times of COVID. I think we're still getting a very different feel around the world. Europe is definitely kind of just preparing for the travel, and they are actually encouraging, from what I hear. The tourism boards are encouraging people to travel within Europe. It's very different in the United States, it's very different in Australia and Asia. But I am excited. I knew when I came back from Bali on March 19th, I knew that no matter what happens, I'm gonna make my birthday happen. And I didn't have exact plan. And then I just knew I'm gonna see how things kind of play out. And it wasn't until about 2 weeks ago when I knew for sure that I'm going to be going. At this point, when you travel within Europe, there's no need for 14-day quarantine, so you can freely travel. And I'm very excited to be celebrating my birthday in, drum rolls, in Italy. So I am gonna be going to a place that's been on my bucket list for a long time. It's a very special and beautiful lake in its northern part of Italy. First I'm flying to Vienna, and then I'll be traveling like a road trip from Austria into Italy, and then up in Switzerland, and then finishing off in Germany. So I'm very excited for that, and I will share more details later, definitely on my Instagram photos and stories. So I'm very excited for that. I think at this point I'm more excited about the flying, because I'm just so excited to get on a plane, to be at the airport. I have these crazy butterflies today. I haven't been able to really eat because I'm so excited. I'm not scared, but I'm just so excited. We've had incredible weather this week. It's been so beautiful, like a really full-on summer in the city, 27 degrees, and it's beautiful, and I'm just hoping for good weather in Italy. But I'm very excited for the travel aspect, which I think I'll get a bit later into from the airport. But I wanted to briefly talk about my birthday first and why is it so important to me. And I mean, I actually don't know why. I can't really answer the question why is it so important to me, but it has always been a big anticipation for me for June 22nd. That's my birthday, and it's one of the longest days of the year, so I feel very blessed and special to be born at that time. My star sign is Cancer, which makes me a very emotional person, and there's just very inwards looking, very introverted, and very emotional. So I'm now only starting to really love some of those characters that maybe I was quite insecure about at the beginning, or like when I was younger. But I actually really love and celebrate the fact that I am a Cancer sign. Sorry, that was a phone call that was cut off. So what I was saying is that I don't remember when exactly, what year, but it was probably the time when I was finally able to make decisions on how I want to celebrate, and it was always important for me to celebrate. So first of all, a very big thing, I was born at 5:45 p.m. Latvian time, and every time on my birthday I make sure that at exactly the time, 5:45, which is local time here, whatever I'm in the world, I have a drink or a cake or something in my hand, and I get photos taken of me. And so I have all these photos from past for about 10 years where I'm holding a drink or a cake or a fruit, whatever has been available. And so I have the last photo from the previous year and the first photo from the next year, from the new year. I always also try to travel, and the last time I was in Latvia celebrating here was when I was turning 18, and ever since then, for 10 years now, I have been able to go on a beautiful, beautiful trips, and I could recall every single one of them. I have to think, but I definitely can, and one has been more special than the other. And the important part why I love, and it's, you know, some people might laugh about it and it's like a ridiculous thing, but for me it's very important to celebrate this day, because I always, like, for a lot of people it's New Year's when they look at what has happened in the year and they think about the things they want to achieve next year. And for me it's my birthday, which is also amazing that it's in the middle of the year, so I can kind of review what's happened. But I've always felt my best and my healthiest and my happiest around my birthday, and it's just incredibly important time for me to look back at the year that I've had and all the growth and all the adventures and all the people that I've met and all the places that I've been. And it's my time, and I really truly love to celebrate it, and nobody can ever take that away from me. 2 years ago I was stuck in US Customs, but then it actually is one of the most memorable birthdays because I ended up flying on my birthday and I experienced midnight sun for the first time. And then when I arrived in Paris, it was June 23rd, but I pretended like it's June 22nd, so I still had a fabulous celebration. Last year I was in Paris, in London and Paris, and the year before, 2 years before, I was in Paris and Nice. And I flew from Paris, and the captain invited us to sit in the cockpit for the landing, so it was a very beautiful, memorable moment. The times before, I've been also in Italy, I've been in New York, I've been in Bali and Singapore, so I always love to travel on the day of my birthday. And it always has been a very special, special day for me. So I'm excited to celebrate this year. And I can say for certain that whilst entering my last year of 20s, turning 29, is a bit scary. I know I'm also incredibly, incredibly excited, like really, truly excited, because I feel like the older I get, the wiser I get, and that wisdom and those lessons and the person I'm becoming, I wouldn't want to change that for being 24 again, for being the silly, insecure, innocent girl who could be easily persuaded to do things, who could be easily just impacted. And now I'm just really turning into a person that I'm becoming very proud of. And so I can say for sure that 28 has been definitely, without any doubt, a year defined by growth. If the previous years were defined a lot by travel and where I've been, in 28 I also traveled quite a bit, but it's been defined by growth. I have experienced a tremendous growth, and a lot has happened in the world, and I've seen those as challenges that I have very successfully overcome. And I have been proud of myself every time of how I handled situations that haven't been perhaps comfortable or challenging. I went through a very tough period in my life that was related to some family issues that I do not feel comfortable sharing here. And obviously for the last 3 months I haven't been able to travel, which I didn't know how I was going to handle, because like I've always traveled, and I've taken the leap of faith of renting an apartment here in Riga, even though I always thought that being in Riga would mean taking a huge step backwards in my development, career-wise and ambition-wise. But I feel incredibly light and happy, and I just feel like it's the right thing to do. And I know that sometimes we have to take that one step forward, which is going to then shoot us and bring us 2 steps ahead. So there's some big things that have happened this year, and June 22 is the day when I really celebrated all those things that have happened, all the things that I've become, all the people that have come across my path and taught me wonderful lessons, because I just genuinely believe that we always learn lessons from people and from experiences, and it just depends on how we look at things, and we can either celebrate them, or we can feel like, you know, there's someone has put a curse on us. And if people ask me what I'm going to be doing next year, I have no idea. The year after, a year from now, I'll be sitting and I'll be about to turn 30, and that will be a big hit for me, because I feel like 30s were always like aunts, and they were like it was just something that, like, I think I will possibly struggle with that, but that's still a 1 year of huge growth ahead of me, and I'm just very excited to welcome this new year, and I'm just so incredibly excited to be traveling. It's June 19 today, so it's Friday, so I have still a weekend before my birthday comes on Monday, and I will be sharing some of my experiences from my very first time back on the road after COVID, so stay tuned for the next part of the video.